Hey there YouTube, this is CFL I'm giving you my picks for week 13 in the 2011 CFL season. I didn't upload a video last week. I apologize for that. It's like I've said before, time is really becoming difficult to come by, so I'm contemplating whether this will be the last year of this. Maybe just, create a web page or a website or something and just post my picks in words there. It's a lot quicker than doing this. Anyways, so for week 11 I was 3-1 finally, but then last week I fell off and went right back to 2-2. Takes my total on the season to 24-20. Schultze, though, has been struggling. He's 25-19, although you can give us both a loss because we both picked Edmonton to win last night and Montreal came away, so we're 0-1 so far this week. But anyways, I'm catching up and things are looking good. Alright, we'll get right to it. Week 13 in the CFL. First up, the BC Lions take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. This is a big game, for the playoffs. BC currently sits third place in the West Division at 5-6. Saskatchewan right behind them at 4-7. Now, this is obviously going to be a key matchup. BC coming off of a very solid performance against Calgary, 32-19, the final score of that one. Saskatchewan, on the other hand, coming off of a we'll say solid performance against Toronto, but let's keep in mind it is Toronto. So obviously BC had a lot of work cut out for them against Calgary, and they still managed to do it. Saskatchewan managed to get it done against Toronto, but as far as work cut out, they really didn't have as much. So Saskatchewan at home, they've won 3 games in a row now. BC has won 4, so the 2 biggest win streaks in the CFL so far. This is going to come down to the wire. It's going to be very close. Schultze is going with Saskatchewan, but I honestly have to say, I think I like the look of BC better. I'm going to take BC in this one. Alright, right after that one, this game is tonight. Winnipeg taking on Toronto. The first place team in the CFL at 8-3 right now, taking on the worst place team in the CFL at 2-9. And I think this game will demonstrate that pretty early and pretty much throughout. Winnipeg's offense, a well-oiled machine. They're capable of some very big plays. They didn't have a fantastic outing against Montreal last week, but they still did a pretty good job. Thanks to a couple big plays, they managed to put up some points on the board. Toronto, on the other hand, Giles, I have to admit, he did look better playing Saskatchewan, but once again, having trouble, finishing off their drives. And at this point, even if Toronto starts to make a comeback, I really don't see much hope for them. Before they were clinging to the possibility of a crossover because BC and Saskatchewan really sucked. Now they don't even have that. I really don't think Toronto's going to be able to do much. Winnipeg might have a mediocre outing, but it'll still be enough. So, easy pick there for Winnipeg. Alright, last game. Calgary taking on Hamilton in the second edition of Touchdown Atlantic. Last year, Edmonton defeated Toronto 24-6. Hopefully this game will be a little bit better than that one. Nonetheless, last year it was fairly exciting. I shouldn't say that. So, Calgary coming off of a disappointing loss to BC. Hamilton, though, coming off of a thrashing at the hands of the Edmonton Eskimos. And Hamilton, this is the second game in a row now where they've struggled. They got flattened by Montreal in week 11. They got crushed last week against Edmonton. So now they're really trying to get things back on track against the Stampeders. Now, both these teams coming into a stadium, a very unfamiliar one. And it's a tough environment to play in when you're coming into a stadium where you've never been there before. It's very foreign to you. So this one will be tough. Obviously, there's a lot of hype surrounding this game because it's the Touchdown Atlantic, only happens once a year. Both these teams, I think, will put on a good show. At the moment, though, I think I got to agree with Schultz and give the edge to the Stampeders in this one. Alright, so those are my picks in case you missed them. BC over Saskatchewan, Winnipeg taking down Toronto, and Calgary defeating Hamilton in Touchdown Atlantic. So I will try to get up a video next week. Hopefully this won't become a regular thing where I'm missing videos, but like I said, I can't guarantee it. So watch the games, watch Touchdown Atlantic, should be good, and I'll see you next week.